Like, if you're following my vlogs about Clojure, you would know that, okay, like uh, what to say, working on a project called Liberation, which is a completely free software project that's kind of Notion, right? So, of course, there are other softwares like Notion, like if you see like Docmos, but why not Liberation, right? So, that's the thing. And in case if you're working in Basecamp or if you're a Basecamp lover, and this picture I got it from Basecamp, and I just made one simple edit. Basecamp says all these things are not needed, and I just added one more thing. That's Basecamp itself. So Liberation is the only thing you just needed. So I just turned Basecamp's own image against themselves. So yeah, be careful, Basecamp. Yeah, that's the thing, yeah. But of course, yeah, like I'm just really lazy and Liberation might not go anywhere, but it will serve me to learn Clojure, right? So, and that's the thing, right? So, yeah. So even if it fails, I'm okay about it, but I just want to learn Clojure because Clojure is Clojure, and that's the thing. And I just love to code, yeah, that's the thing, right? So that's why I just made Liberation, yeah. And for this, like, I want to go with BIF web framework, and it is an excellent framework. And like I'm from a thing called Ruby on Rails, like Ruby on Rails. So over here, like it has very different philosophies, right? So like in Clojure, a developer wants to do everything, like right from scratch, choosing his own libraries, blah 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 blah, blah, and that's the thing, right? Maybe even he wants other person's Emacs or his colleagues' Emacs to have the same key bindings. Otherwise, he's not cultural fit and he might not fit into everything. But Ruby on Rails is different stuff, okay, right? Okay, like rather than you configuring a lot of stuff, okay, right? There is a lot ready-made in Ruby on Rails, so it becomes really easy and all those stuff, and that's the thing. And so BIF follows that philosophy, and I do like it very much. That is from a 20,000 feet view or something like that, and and I haven't used BIF yet, but yeah, I will learn it and I will put its videos in my channel. So if you like Clojure and if you want to do web development, yeah, like follow my channel. Let's see, right, where it goes. But yeah, I'm just really lazy and I might not do it. So whatever I say and whatever I just promise, look, even if I say I promise, I don't promise because I'm really lazy. I never keep up my promise. Okay, so that's the thing, right? So yeah, I've chosen BIF. And BIF has this database XTDB. So that's the hero of today's video, right? So this database seems to operate on stuff like Postgres, Kafka, and what to say, like even on Amazon S3. So, and they say it is an immutable database and it's like very much like Datomic. Okay, so look, I never knew about Datomic before I came to Clojure, and when I even uh, uh, what to say, read about it, I just thought, come on, like, why have this? Now I just have some idea why I have this and all those stuff. So, look, Rich Hickey was okay, like, yeah, let's see the thing. Okay, so what really happens? Okay, so this is the time axis, right? So this is the time axis. So, yeah, right. So you have a Postgres database over here, right? So you just have a Postgres database. So what color should I put? Okay, like let me just put blue, right? So and then you make some transaction over here, right? So you just make some transaction over here. And what happens is, right, you will just have a new data in Postgres database. So, and it'll just look something like this one, right? So that's the thing, right? And maybe if you deleted a record or overwritten a record, you simply have no idea what happened before, right? So that's the thing, right? But okay, and you just make another transaction over here, right? So another transaction over here, and this PostgreSQL will become like another color, right? What color should I put? Yeah, maybe green. Okay, so this is not a way Datomic or XTDB works. Okay, so I don't know whether XTDB has some full form or something like that. Like, okay, so let's come to, okay, this is Postgres. Okay, so, or immutable database. So, like, this is Postgres. What color should I put? Red, yeah. So, yeah. And then let me go to black. Oops, red. And let me put Postgres over here. Postgres. Okay, so that's the thing. Of course, yeah, it's like it's same with MySQL and whatever it is. But yeah, like Postgres is the database, and MySQL and all. It's been corrupted by Oracle, and it's no longer good and all this stuff, right? So yeah. So over here, do we have more colors? I don't know. Right. So yeah, I think we have more colors. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So yeah, okay. So in what to say in XTDB, so you just make a new change over here, right? Okay, you just make a new change. Okay, so and so what happens is, yeah, you do have okay, in XTDB what happens is, okay, like this change gets stored. Okay, this change gets stored. Okay, right? And how to make this transparent? Yeah, so yeah, this change gets stored. Okay, let me just okay, so actually the database now is like, okay, it's this, what to say, this blue and this change. Okay, so the change gets stored extra, right? Okay, so that's the thing, right? And and you just make another change, and so this is a change over here, right? Okay, so this is a change over here. Oh, shall I put it as yellow? I'll just put it as yellow, and this is also yellow, right? So because here is yellow, right? Okay, so that's the thing. And okay, let me just put it as orange. It's nice and bright. Okay, so and you just make another change over here, like what change? Come on, like what happened, right? Okay, you just have another change over here, and this change is like, okay, like let me just put another color, right? So red, yeah, nice red. Okay, so red, and this change is over here, and oops, let me copy this and put it. Okay, this change is over here, and that's it. So the change gets stored. Okay, so all changes get stored. So you can go backwards in time. Okay, so this is the initial database, and what to say, and this is the change database. So the final database will be something like, okay, like if you look at the final database, so it will be something like, okay, like oops, how to get rid of this? Yeah, if you just look at final database, oh god, oh god, oh god, what's happening? The final database will be something like this overlaid on top of this. Oh, oops. Oh, come on, how to drag it? Okay, this overlaid on top of this, and this overlaid on top of this. So that's the thing, and that's the thing. So maybe yeah, this is how the final database will be. So yeah, let me just put it over here, right? And over here the database will be like, okay, yeah. So yeah. So the main difference is the change gets stored. So that's the thing, and because of that, you can go backwards in time and you can see what happens. So why do they have to go through all these pains? Okay, so yeah. So maybe yeah, the storage is cheap. Today's hard disk cost is very, very small compared to the hard disk cost when Ingress or Postgres was invented. Ingress was a database that's precursor of Postgres. Okay, so that's the thing. And yeah, this is the change over here. Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, right. Okay, so and yeah, so you can store all these mutability. That's one thing. Another thing is, I think Rich Hickey also coded for this thing Datomic. Okay, so like he coded it for this company called Newbank. Okay, right. So oops. Okay, yeah, this is the Portuguese site and this is the translated site. Okay, so and So yeah, he just coded for what to say, this company called New Bank. Okay, so and it is a bank. So maybe like imagine like some data gets lost or suddenly some amount gets credited into your account by mistake, or that's a good thing. But yeah, like and something gets debited and all those stuff. So all these changes are there. So then they can just go back, debug or something like that, or something really bad happens. They can restore it and all those things. And so that's the thing. Oops, where did I lose my window? So they can just restore it. Okay. So, and you can literally go back in time and that's the thing. So just imagine like this is just like a Git versioning of databases and all those things. And yeah, what is this? This is kind of XTDB stuff. Okay. XTDB. And yeah, data warming, unfortunately, is not uh, free software stuff. And so, oops, I'm really bad at putting curly braces. Okay, yeah, fine, right. So this is XTDB. Okay, so yeah, and yeah, I think other people developed an XTDB seems to be one of the databases like that does the same thing as Datomic and all those things. So yeah. So this is what I just understood about XTDB. But yeah, like it could be overkill for most applications. But yeah, like look, if you're getting a extra feature, why not? And I thought, okay, it will be really good too because in my application over here, I didn't know about all the stuff about XTDB, but I've just put a thing called history over here. So the history will be maintained. Like, look, this is nothing but a information managing system, like what to say, Notion, and it should work for individuals and corporates. Look, maybe for an individual, yeah, it's not so important, like who changed this record or something like that. Like, okay, right. So, and but for corporate, yeah, it is important, and they can do a lot of politics with that, and they value it. So if you give and yeah, so they just need to see like what versions is there and who edited it, who created it, and blah 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 blah. And they would also like to mind whether somebody has put a bad comment about boss and everything and all those things. So yeah, be careful, right? So that's the thing. Yeah, this is what I just understood about XCDB, and I hope you just like this video. Anyway, thanks for watching this video, and until we meet in next closure diary video, bye.